Greetings and welcome to Lecture 4.1. We're going to discuss decimal notation as well as place values. So if you recall, several lectures ago, we discussed the names and the place values of the whole numbers. So we start off with ones, then the next position to the left is the tens, the next position to the left is hundreds, next is thousands, 10,000, 100,000, millions, and we keep going and going. So let's think about what we're doing. So to get from 1 to 10, we multiplied by 10. And 10 to 100, we multiplied by 10. And 100 to 1,000, we multiplied by 10. 1,000, 10,000, we multiplied by 10. 10,000 to 100,000, we multiplied by 10. And 100,000 to 1,000,000, we multiplied by 10. But we could go the other direction as well. So what if we had 1,000,000? How do I get to 100,000? Well, I divide by 10. And 100,000 to get to 10,000, I divide by 10. And 10,000 to 1,000, I divided by 10. 1,000 to 100, I divided by 10. 100 to 10, I divided by 10. And 10 to 1, I divided by 1. But what if I don't stop there? What if I say 1 divided by 10? Well, I can change this division to the multiplication of its reciprocal. And the reciprocal of 10 over 1 is 1 over 10. So 1 times 1 over 10 is 1 over 10. Let's keep going. 1 over 10 divided by 10 is 1 over 10 times 1 over 10, which is 1 over 100. 1 over 100 divided by 10 is 1 over 100 times 1 over 10, so it's 1 over 1,000. So you see, we can keep going and going and going. But we have very special names for these places. Now remember, that's 1 over 10. So now, where we were 1,000, 100, tens, ones, we now make this very special point called the decimal point. And we go into 1 over 10, which is tenths, 1 over 100, which is hundredths, 1 over 1,000, which is thousandths, 1 over 10,000, which is 1 over 10 thousandths, pardon me, 10 thousandths, 10 thousandths, and then 1 over 100,000 would be 100 thousandths, and 1 over 1,000,000 is 1,000,000th. So you kind of take the word and you add a th and you're good to go. Let's take this example and write 423.576 in expanded form. In other words, 423 and 576. So 423.576 would be 4 100ths plus 2 tens plus 3 ones plus 5 tenths plus 7 hundredths plus 6 thousandths. So let's write each word or each number in words. So 0.4, we can write it as 4 over 10. But 4 over 10 is 4 tenths. 0.04 would be 4 over 100, which is 4 hundredths. And 0.004 would be 4 over 1,000, which would be 4 thousandths. So when we're talking, we'll say for the decimal point, we say and. So that is 423 and 576 thousandths. Yeah. Generally, that's formally we say that. But informally, we'll say 423.576. Formally, we say the whole thing. Informally, we'll take a shortcut, just like slang. So let's write each number in words. So 5.4 would be 5 and 4 tenths. 5.04, again, that's our slang of saying it, would be 5 and 4 hundredths, would be our formal way of saying it. 5.004 would be formally 5 and 4 thousandths. So let's try one. 3.64. In words, it's 3 ones, 6 tenths, and 4 hundredths. What we say is we add the two together, the fractions. Okay? We add the fractions together by finding the common denominator, and we end up with 3 and 64 hundredths. So let's take that again. 3 plus 6 tenths plus 4 100ths. We add the fractions together by finding the common denominator, and that will give us 3 plus 64 hundredths, which gives us 3 and 64 hundredths. Let's write 25.4936 into words. Again, I said it the shortcut, I said it the slang way. 25.4936 is slang. But formally, let's see what's happening. It's 25 and 4,936 ten-thousandths. Yes, 25 and 4,936 ten-thousandths. That's why we take the shortcut. So let's write each decimal as a fraction or a mixed number. Let's not reduce. So 0.004, 3.64, and 25.4936. So let's write each as a fraction or a mixed number. Well, my fraction is going to be 4 over 1, but with how many zeros? Well, whatever placeholders I have. So I have 1, 2, 3. So I need 3 zeros. So it is 4 thousandths. 3.64, the whole number is 3, so this will be a mixed number. And again, 64, we take all of the decimal. But how many zeros? I have 2 places to the right, so I have 2 zeros. 3 and 64 hundredths. Let's try it again. 25 and 4936 all over 1 with 4 zeros. 1, 2, 3, 4. So that will be 25 and 4,936 ten-thousandths. So let's try rounding decimals. We're going to use the same rules as we do with whole numbers. So let's round to the nearest whole number, tenth, and hundredth for each number. So for the first number, 24.875, we're only going to need to look at the position right next to the decimal. So 24.7. We look at the 7, it's greater than 5, so we round up to 25. So 24.785 will round up as a whole number to 25. For the 10th position, we look at the 8. So 24.785, we look at the 8. 8 is greater than 5, so we round up. So our result will be 24.8. For our 100th position, we're going to look at the 5. So 24.785, 5 is greater than or equal to 5, therefore we round up to 24.79. Let's try another number, 2.3914. Well, for the whole number, we look at the 3. 3 is less than 5, so 2.3914 will we'll round to 2. For the 10th, we look from 2.3914, we look at the 9, and since 9 is greater than 5, we round up. So 2.39 will round to 2.4. And for the 100th position, we look at the 1. And we say, oh, is the 1 less than or greater than 5? It's less than, so I round down. So my end result from 2.3914 will round to the nearest hundredth as 2.39. What about 0.98243? Well, for the whole number, I just look at the first number to the right of the decimal. That's the 9. 9 is greater than 5. I round up. Therefore, the rounded number is 1. For the 10th, I look at 0.98. 8 is greater than 5. Therefore, I round up. But by rounding up, I add 1 to 9, and therefore it carries over to 1.0. Not just 1, but 1.0. And then for the 100th, I look at the 2, so 0.982. 2 is less than 5, so I round down. So my rounded solution is 0.98. Let's try one more. 14.0942. Well, when I'm rounding to the whole number, I look at the 0. 14.0, I round down. So my whole number is 14. Not 14.0, it is 14. For the 10th, 14.09, I look at the 9. It's greater than 5, so I round up. My solution is 14.1. And 14.094, I look at my 4. I round down, so to the 100th position it's going to be 14.09. So let's round 9,235.492 thousandths to the nearest hundred. To the nearest hundred, not hundredth, hundred. So the 100, I look at the 3. 3 is less than 5, so I round down. 9,200. Now the next one, let's round to the nearest 10,000th. So again, you need to know your spots. Tenths, hundredths, thousandths, 10,000. So I look at the 100,000th position. It is greater than 5, so I round up. So my result is 0.0035. I think the only trick about rounding decimals is to make sure what you're rounding to. If it's the nearest hundred, then you are not rounding the decimal section, you're rounding the whole number section. If it's hundredth, then you're in the decimal area and you need to look there for your number to be able to round up or down. So that is it for this video. So until next time, be seeing you.